All right, welcome back to the channel. Just got a quick video because I've been seeing a lot of people on the left kind of trying to jump on the problems with Trump and then say, oh, well, look, Trump is worse than Biden. But not really. Biden is just as bad as Trump. Now, if you remember this meme of the Afghani Taliban eating ice cream as a joke because, Joe Biden eats a lot of ice cream. Uh, I think we might have forgot about that part, right? Now, see, this is the part where the left own internal critique fails, and it gets really difficult to take you guys seriously about your human rights stuff when you supported Joe Biden, and Joe Biden basically he didn't really end a war. All he did was move the troops from Afghanistan to Ukraine. It's like he didn't end the war. And on top of that, the Taliban is still in power in Afghanistan. And they're still imposing strict interpretations of Islamic law and facing human rights challenges. And we know those human rights challenges are feminist challenges, right? So you'll notice the left says nothing about this, right? And we're supposed to get all worked up about the Palestinians. And look, I don't want anything bad to happen to anyone, period. Doesn't matter what race or ethnicity, gender. It's just a blanket thing. It shouldn't matter who they are. It's like, obviously, if it can be avoided causing harm to them, then it should be avoided, right? But the left is completely silent on this, right? It's kind of like slavery in Africa. Like, they'll bring up slavery that happened 300 years ago in the United States, but when slavery is actually happening in Africa, it's complete silence, right? It's just not politically convenient to talk about the Taliban still being in power because of Joe Biden and all the women's rights abuses that are going to be going on there, right? Oh, but in Iran, it's all happening in Iran conveniently because that's where they want to do a war. And conveniently, you useful idiot lefties just completely move on to the next topic because you're caught in this social media viral trend thing and you can't remember what happened 2 years ago. And now you're like, oh, look, well, Trump is no. Biden is literally, they're equivalently as bad, right? But look, how much equipment did they leave in Afghanistan to the Taliban so that the Taliban could still run the country while doing women's rights abuses? And the left says nothing. They left about $10 billion worth of equipment, and we spent $82.9 billion training troops that are no longer in charge there. That are no longer in charge. Right. How much did we spend on the Ukraine war? It's been about 588 billion. With direct damage, meaning actual structural damage and people being killed and stuff, is 195 billion. And it's been going on for 6 years now. And you guys supported that. Notice how on the right, I would say over half of the people don't support the war in Iran. And even the people that do support it, they support it in a very limited way where they're saying, well, if they have nuclear weapons, we don't want them to blow up Israel. They're not just saying, well, let's just destroy Iran for no reason, right? Where the Ukraine war is another war that could have been completely avoided. Russia was just like, please stop stacking stuff up by the border. And yeah, okay, maybe Russia was going to attack anyway. Who knows? Who knows? But we'll never know because we were stacking stuff up by the border. So we'll never know. And this war's got tons of human rights abuses too. They're doing a draft. So they're just rounding up guys and bringing them to the front line to get blown up by Russian artillery. That's a human rights abuse. It's not they're not doing a volunteer military, and you guys supported this because you got the whole, oh, Putin's the big bad Russian white guy that may or may not be Christian, right? And you're like, oh, the Ukrainians are the oppressed minority, even though they're white too. It's like, and then they got you guys supporting like actual Nazis that are being run by a Jewish guy, right? And you have nothing to say about this. You try to pretend like this isn't going on and hasn't been going on for 6 years now, and that you guys were literally putting like what's it called, Ukraine flags in your bios on Instagram and Facebook. Like you supported this, like 100%. You supported this war being started. Like we're not even supporting the war. They're doing the war anyway. Of course they're going to do the war anyway. But at least on the right, we're not supporting the war. You guys like literally supported this. You're like, yeah, those oppressed Ukrainians, the oppressed Ukrainian Nazis, right? And look, I'm not even commenting on the actual battle itself, but it's just the internal critique of the leftist position that they're claiming to be these humanitarians, right? All of a sudden, you know, we've got to save Iran from the evil Jews, right? And Palestine. But then when it comes to like white men in Ukraine getting drafted, you don't care, right? When it comes to the Taliban still running Afghanistan with human rights abuses, complete silence. Complete silence. So please just miss me with all of that, right? That's about it for the video. Thanks for watching if you did. Have a good day and peace.